Welcome to component 2 of SE5010, focusing on the beneficial aspects of strength training in sport. My student number is U1704323. So Thomas and Burns, 2016, identified how strength training is vital for athletes in sports, consisting of physical components such as speed and power. Furthermore, Thomas and Burns stated how strength training may be effective for athletes in weight class events, such as boxing, due to the positive aspects of strength training, such as preservation of lean body mass and increasing metabolic rate. In addition, Smith, 2006, noted that boxing interplays between both the aerobic and anaerobic energy systems, yet Nazib et al., 2017, stated that 70 to 80% of boxing is formulated by the anaerobic system, and 20 to 30% formulates the aerobic system. Yet on the contrary, Davis et al., 2014, revealed to believe that boxing is predominantly aerobic, as anaerobic lactic energy decreases from round to round. So that even though the topic may seem debatable, there are still elements of anaerobic attributes within boxing. For instance, Charbin et al., 2015, stated that decisive actions such as KO techniques or offensive maneuvers require the utilization of anaerobic metabolism due to the short durations of high intensity and explosive bursts of these specific actions. Dinu and Louis, 2020, explained that punching in boxing requires the amalgamation of force and velocity of the acting arm with the synchronization of different body segments. Moreover, the study by Patel and Deleu, 2013, identifies the importance of the kinematic aspects of both a jab and cross, and the optimal utilization of trunk and pelvis rotation alongside hip retraction and elbow extension, which are fundamental biomechanical movements within the sport of boxing. Longo, Cifredi, Cardi, Aquilino, and Leteni, 2016, identified the mean average of age of peak performance in Olympic sports, with 23 to 25 years of chronological age being the optimal age for boxing. Additionally, Meyer, Lloyd, and Fagerbaum, 2014, established training age as the amount of time compiled of both periodic and longitudinal participation of both training programs and sport-specific activities, catering the development of functional movement patterns, musculoskeletal health, and overall physical fitness. Furthermore, participation of sport-specific training alongside physical education at an early age encourages physical fitness development during long-term athlete development, according to Grenadier and Board, 2017. The England Boxing Rulebook, 2020 to 2021 edition, states that 10-year-old minor boxers are permitted to compete in club shows and junior development championships. Therefore, in conclusion, the athlete I'm training in this session is a 24-year-old male 63 kg or lightweight Olympic amateur boxer with an acquired calculated and pressuring fighting style who has competed since the age of 11 years old, having obtained just over 13 years of boxing experience, wanting to improve his power and velocity of his rear punch, due to his common utilized combination of angling to the right and performing a right cross followed by a left hook and another right cross to his opponent's head during competition and sparring. Maximizing power output is crucial, as punching impact force is one of the key success factors in boxing performance, and the overall major technical characteristic of boxing is punches. Biggio, and Bove, 2019, stated that athletes within combat sports acquire the skill of specific posture to protect a part of the body, and in regards to boxing, the danger for the boxer is constituted by punches thrown from the opponent, especially targeting vulnerable locations of the body, such as the face. Therefore, a good guard position alongside good posture is critical within the sport of boxing. Static posture assessments are used to identify restrictions, malalignments, or imbalances of musculoskeletal structure, and a posture may influence equilibrium, as these negative attributes may prohibit range of motion, followed by force application and movement efficacy, according to Crit and Cronin, 2008. It is somewhat apparent when analysing both the anterior aspect and posterior aspect of the boxer that there's a slight elevation and muscular imbalance of the right shoulder in contrast to the left shoulder. Furthermore, it appears that the bicep muscle group along with the forearm are greater in muscle mass compared to the left, promoting a greater keyhole between the trunk and elbow. Murray and Ransdell, 2016, noted that functional movement screening, or FMS, reveals movement asymmetries or deficiencies. The rotator stability pattern, which the boxers do in this specific video, requires neuromuscular coordination and energy transfer via the torso. Moreover, Bishop, Reed, Walker and Turner, 2015, stated that an athlete must acquire the capacity of glenohumeral control alongside lumbo-pelvic control and hip mobility while performing this maneuver, and show no common dysfunctions such as weight shifting, increased lumbar extension, and reduced shoulder flexion. This movement pattern is somewhat sport-specific, as it predominantly focuses on core stabilization and strength, which is important for posture and rotation, alongside force production from the trunk and receiving and taking body shots from an opponent in competition or sparring. As you can see from the video, there were slight staggering movements, partial up and down sequences, when the boxer performed this maneuver. In the beginning, it was also clear that the boxer performed the maneuver or movement pattern wrong, but also fixed this in the end, performing the maneuver successfully in the long run. So Bishop, 2003, stated how 3 to 5 minutes active aerobic warm-up as a pulse raiser plays an important role in injury prevention and increases blood flow to the muscles, hence why the assault bike, which utilizes both the upper and lower extremities, is optimal for an aerobic warm-up. The boxer is cycling correspondingly, as both legs and arms must move rhythmically when using the assault bike alongside good biomechanics. Angler et al., 2012, stated that the research identifies the negative influence of static stretching on muscular strength and power, again, a physical component that the athlete wants to improve in this particular session. Therefore, Iwata, Yamamoto, and Suzuki, 2019, confirmed that dynamic stretching alongside joint rotations or mobilizations are optimal for sport performance. Lunges with torso rotation, chest openings alongside neck rotations and shoulder rotations were performed in order for optimal performance during the session based on the concurrent research. Shadowboxing is believed to relax the mind and body and improve mental and physical well-being, according to Muharrem, Liu, Wang, Sun, and Wu, 2011. In addition, Ngoalo, Lipitu, and Dihu, 2020, stated how shadowboxing increased maximum endurance capacity and should be incorporated to a boxer's regime. To add to this, Christensen, Bond, and Hackney, 2020, identified how warm-ups with mini-bands or weighted object facilitates optimal athletic performance. However, a general sport-specific warm-up may be more beneficial. To efficiently and effectively utilize both these factors, the boxer performs shadowboxing with resistant bands as external resistance, while performing a series of combinations and punches and also moving around in his fighting stance. To mentally prepare the boxer, I would announce and incorporate certain commands, such as move to the left or step forward, or jab and cross during a sport-specific warm-up and drills. The landmine punch is the main exercise the boxer performed in order to maximize power output of his punch. The barbell is held near the boxer's chin, while the arm and the hand that is not holding the barbell is at the side of his face defensively while looking upright. Knees are slightly flexed while the boxer is in his fighting stance throughout. Neutral spine must be present, alongside with a braced core. This is the starting position. The boxer will extend the arm explosively by rotating the rear foot, retracting the hips, and rotating the trunk, while still maintaining the other hand at the side of his face. The barbell is then brought down in a controlled manner, and the boxer retracts back to the starting position and repeats the same movement again for the desired number of sets and reps. Controlled breathing is required throughout the movement, breathing in during the eccentric phase and breathing out during the concentric phase. The reps and sets the boxer performed was 5 sets of 4 reps with 3-minute rest intervals, working at 60% of his 1 rep max. Yet the main focus is predominantly focusing on velocity with moderate rate in place. Overall, the reason why I chose these specific exercises, from lunges with torso rotation to shadow boxing as a sport-specific warm-up, is due to the fact that these movements are related and translate to the sport of boxing. To support this notion, an article by Plummer, Megale, Stefan, Stoll, Meyer, and Muller, 2019, revealed that sport-specific injury prevention programs are far superior to general conditioning programs, hence why this session I have planned should be beneficial and optimize the performance of the boxer. Thank you for listening to my presentation. Take care and goodbye.